Namaskar, I am Assistant Professor Kritika Dev from LJ School of Law. And today, before discussing any topic, or I give you the hint, or I give you the description of the topic that we are going to discuss in today's session, kindly have a look at the picture that you can see on your screen. Now, what can you see? Here, I guess you can see two people, a girl and a boy having stones in their hands and throwing it on a building. This is what you can see, right? Now, the act that they are committing, is that an offense? Think about it. Does that amount to an offense? And if it does, then what is it called? So, here, this is the topic we'll be discussing today. And the thing that they are committing is nothing but mischief. Right? They are actually committing mischief by throwing stones on the building. Now, how are they committing mischief? And are they actually covered under the definition of mischief? That we'll get to know when we actually see the definition. So here, let's see the definition which is mentioned under section 425 of Indian Penal Code. The definition here says, whoever with intent to cause or knowing that he is likely to cause wrongful loss or damage to the public or to any person, causes the destruction of any property or any such change in any property or in the situation thereof, as destroys or diminishes its value or utility, or affects it injuriously, commits mischief. Long definition, but do not worry, we'll see the definition with the help of the examples. Now, the first scenario, the first picture that you had seen on your screens was two people having stones in their hand and they are actually throwing it on the building. Now, if you see the definition here, of course, they had the intention. We will not just simply go and have stone in our hand and we will throw it on the building. Of course, when we are throwing it, we are throwing the stone on a building, we do have the intention to do something. And of course, when they were doing so in order to give or in order to cause wrongful loss to the person on whose building they are throwing it or on whose showroom they are throwing it. Right? So they had the intention and they had the intention to cause wrongful loss to that very person on whose building they are throwing it. So therefore, it amounts to mischief. Now, here the two ingredients, as I said, which are very important, intention or knowledge, or knowledge. They could either be intention or knowledge, right? Broader term. To cause wrongful loss or damage. Now, let me give you one more example. First, say somebody you must have seen some people who are not happy with somebody's success, or if somebody brings something new or whatever it is, they're of mischievous character. Now what they do is, of course, when if they will run with the thing, they will be caught. Now, for example, A is there and B is there. Now A sees a beautiful ring in the hands of B, right? A sees a beautiful ring in the hands of B, and they are standing. They, you know, they do not know each other as such, but they are there on a side, on a beautiful side. Now suddenly A, because A is very jealous, or they might know each other, or they might not know each other. Now what A did, he suddenly took that ring away, or instead of ring we can say even a purse, or we can say any article which A is holding. Now B suddenly took that ring or purse or any article and threw it in the river. There was a river nearby. He just threw it in the river. Now he did not take the possession of the property. He did not get any profit out of the property, but he just threw it. Now here the two elements are there. He had the intention to do so because he was jealous of the products or the article she was carrying, and he wanted to cause a wrongful loss to that very person, right? So by throwing that very ring or purse, he caused the wrongful loss to that very person, right? So the two ingredients are there. Or what if, for say, there was one article, a beautiful glass made article in somebody's house, right? Now, let's take A and B example, okay? Mr. A's house is there, beautifully furnished and has antiques. Now B goes in there and he suddenly feels jealous about it. And there was one beautiful glass, some antique or anything. Now he just goes and breaks the upper level of the glass, right? Just breaks it with something like tick tick tick. He does something with it and he breaks that very upper portion. Now here he had the intention, but was that a complete loss? Now, if you remember the definition said that, yes, here is the definition, that destroys or diminishes its value or utility. In the second last line, you can see diminishes its value. So, there he diminished the value of that article, right? And therefore, it amounted to mischief, right? I hope I'm clear with that very example. Now, with this, as I hope the things are clear in your mind, I have certain questions for you. Let's move on to the questions now. Is killing animal worth rupees 10 or 50 an offense? What do you think about it? Killing an animal worth rupees 10 or 50 an offense? Now, yes, it is an offense, right? And this, as we see that evidence came into existence in 1860. So by the prices, you can see that 10 or 50, and the prices here does not matter. They have listed the least price in order to actually prevent cruelty against animals. So yes, it is an offense under Indian Penal Code, and of course it is a punishable offense under section 429. Yes, kindly note the section. It is section 429 of Indian Penal Code, and which makes it a punishable offense with imprisonment up to 2 years. Not a simple one. Up to 2 years, 2 years, by which you can say the maximum imprisonment is 2 years here, right? So when it comes to animal worth rupees 10, it is punishable with up to 2 years imprisonment with fine, of course. And when it comes to an animal of worth rupees 50, then the imprisonment is up to 5 years. Yes, they have mentioned it so in order to prevent cruelty against the animals. The next question, here is the next question. Okay, is diverting the flow of water an offense? There is a flow of water being decided by the government. You know those pipes, water pipes and everything, and you suddenly divert it. Is that an offense? Yes. Yes, it is an offense. Again, under Indian Penal Code, you cannot do so. With diverting, you can even say the agricultural land. There is a flow of water. There is a flow of water towards the agricultural land. You cannot divert the flow of water in your farm in order to aggregate your farm if it is not allowed. That is also a punishable offense, and which is up to, the imprisonment is up to 5 years. Yes, here is the imprisonment is also of 5 years. With this, I have the next question for you. Now, after being such masters on this very or being the masters of this very topic, I know you will be able to answer this very question. Is digging hole in the public road an offense? Yes, after going through those questions, this becomes an obvious one. Yes, digging hole in the public road, it is an offense, and it is also mentioned under Indian Penal Code, and it is also a punishable offense up to 5 years of imprisonment and or with fine or with both. Right? So these small things, they do look small when you look into it, but yes, they are punishable and not with less amount of imprisonment. The imprisonment is really the period is long. So we should not do anything of the smallest amount. Everything is an offense, and everything is when it is against the humankind or the animals or the public safety or anything which is causing loss to somebody, then we should not do it, right? Everything is an offense. So they have made it an offense in order to avoid even the smallest things. So IPC has been made so beautifully, right? In order by keeping everything, every person, every animal, every small situation in mind. So with this, we are done with uh, our topic, that is mischief. I hope all your doubts are cleared, and I'm happy that you listened to the lecture so nicely. Till then, keep reading, keep studying, take care of yourself, and thank you for listening.